Hi, it's Rob from Keeping Up with the Cardassians. As you know, we're on a little bit of a sabbatical right now, and I'm looking forward to coming back. So in the interim, what we thought we would do is we would release a Keeping Up with the Cardassians Rewind Edition. We're going to go all the way back to episode 45, when we talked about Star Trek Deep Space Nine's Hard Time. We're going to bring that to you this time. And probably going to cut out a lot of the pop culture stuff in the beginning and just play the Star Trek stuff for you today. I'm going to apologize, just like I'm doing it right now. The audio back then wasn't as good as it has been. We didn't record straight into a mic for the YouTube, so bear with me on that, but we'll be up to our normal quality when we get back. We'll see you soon.
Anyways, we got 2 episodes to talk about. Let's talk about these 2 episodes. And yeah, I know you are. You got very creepy eyes.
You don't
right
want to see my D right now.
So we got Hard Time and Shattered Mirror. Hard Time.
Nice.
Hard Time.
Nice.
Hard Time.
Yeah.
Anyone want to review it? Do you want me to do it?
I don't care.
I'll do it. All right. O'Brien has been in prison for 20 years. He's released. What? How is he in prison for 20 years? Turns out he wasn't really in prison for 20 years. He was in prison for hours because he looked at some tech from an alien society, and they're like, nope, can't look at that tech. So they basically put him in a simulation and implanted memories into his brain that made him think he was a prisoner for 20 years. He gets back to Deep Space Nine. He has a hard time readjusting.
Hard time. I see what you did there.
He has a hard time readjusting, including with his friend, the D, Dr. Julian Bashir. The D, because he's a doctor, get it?
Yeah, we got it.
And so he's having all kinds of hard times adjusting. He's seeing his prison mate in his head. Turns out he killed his prison mate over food. Wow. Terrible. Squirt, squirt. And Joe's drinking squirt. And the episode ends with him basically just trying to kill himself. And then he decides to live because Bashir talks him out of it. The end.
This was a really good episode.
This was an incredible episode.
Let's go.
Yes!
Really?
Let's do this!
I told you I knew
Let's
exactly which ones you
Hey,
got.
hey, are you ready for this controversial opinion?
What's up?
I enjoy this better than The Visitor.
Me too.
I enjoyed it way more than The Visitor. I enjoyed it way more than The Visitor. Way more.
This was an impactful show.
This was. And,
I agree.
And you know what?
Very.
And just when you thought Miles O'Brien, there was nothing to him, he goes and totally redeems himself.
He's still racist, but
He is still racist because he makes a couple racist jabs in this episode, I think, at some point. He kills him. He kills a man who's a different race than him because you didn't trust him.
yeah.
Racism.
Well, I mean,
Hey, Miles O'Brien is gonna Miles O'Brien.
he's going to try to get to that food.
Oh my gosh. This episode was just so freaking good.
It was very powerful.
I can't get over this episode. And also, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I did have a comment that says, Racist Chief is back for Quark. I have that comment.
Yep.
People hate on Keiko, but man, she was there
good in
for
this
him.
episode, yeah.
Yeah.
She was there
Actually,
for
the
him.
last episode as well, they've started to make her less... more endearing.
There's
Before that,
depth to her.
before that, you kind of wanted to... Can she just crash on
I feel like before she was written by a bunch of men who'd be like, what would a wife of a Starfleet officer be like? And now she's written by, people who aren't.
Someone who was writing her earlier, his wife was nagging them. I'm like, Keiko.
Yeah, I'm gonna make her a shrew, right? Yeah. And that's what they did. And she was a shrew.
And they improved her drastically the past 2 or 3 episodes. She's been
I agree.
But she was good.
So what did you think of the imprisonment of the mind? What did you think of that?
So here's my big thing is they created the system so it's less brutal than actually putting them in prison for 20 years. This
really
is
not.
way more brutal.
Yeah, it's
way more brutal.
This is way more brutal because you've messed with these people for years.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating that we're talking about this episode. I just read an article 5 minutes before I got here. It's a little bit political, I'm sorry. Alabama is taking their COVID relief funds and they're using them to build new prisons instead.
Huh.
And I'm just thinking about how messed up of a world do we live in where we have $600 million that we can use to improve society. Wait, let's build prisons to punish people. It blows my mind.
All for the people that go to the college. It's where they go after college. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this whole idea, prisons don't work, first of all. I'm going to be honest. They don't work. They don't rehabilitate. they make things worse because
I mean, I think in certain situations they work because sometimes there are people you need out of society. They don't work in society.
Yeah,
and I'm not necessarily.
I'm talking about for the rehabilitation portion.
Oh, as a rehab.
For punishment, yeah, it absolutely works.
And removing people who are very harmful to society.
Yeah,
that portion of it works. The rehab part of it is very ineffective.
Well, and again, that is partially because of funding. That's partially because we have a system that is a for-profit prison system. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. But like this system that they've created in this, man, it just, can you imagine the trauma that causes? Because that 20 years never actually happened, but it did happen.
Yeah, it's all in his head.
It's a mind fuck, is what it is.
It is, and it doesn't. And that's what I thought this episode was going to do at the end. I thought there was going to be a reset button, like they were going to be able to erase his memories.
And there wasn't,
and
I
I'm
loved it.
so glad they didn't. But here's my worry, because I don't remember Deep Space Nine a lot. I think this is the last we'll ever hear of this.
They tortured O'Brien throughout the show.
Yeah, but like
at least once a season.
He's going to go back to being O'Brien the next episode.
Well,
and he does.
They kind of did wrap it up at the end with him being a bit softer. After Bashir gives him the medicated. So I think that's going to be the angle. And that was one of the criticisms I had with
The Visitor.
The Visitor was how are they going to write Cisco after this? Because
and it hasn't changed.
And he hasn't really been any different.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I thought The Visitor should have been a very impactful show for that character, just as this is a very impactful show for the character of Miles O'Brien. Now I don't know what he's going to be written like in the future because I haven't seen it, but I don't trust that he's going to be any different.
Well, back then they didn't do a lot of that, where one episode truly affects that individual going forward.
But it would be nice if maybe once in a while he just kind of had a moment where he kind of snapped.
Well, he's done that in the past. He's gone O'Brien in the past.
Yeah, but he hasn't
beat up on Quark.
Yeah, he snapped as somebody. Listen,
he snapped at O'Brien. He snapped at Quark. He snapped at his child.
He was going to hit her.
Listen, I connected with how he felt in this episode on a much deeper level than just watching this.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who, in the past, has snapped, has had moments like that where you feel like you're out of control.
Yeah.
And it was hard. It was at some points it was kind of hard to watch because I felt shame watching it because I connected with. I wished I didn't connect with it so well.
Okay. So in those experiences, and this is kind of a personal question, and this kind of relates to O'Brien, is it almost like an out-of-body experience in those moments where you're reacting in that way, but you almost can't control it? Like you almost see yourself from the outside, but you can't stop it.
Yes, 100%.
And that seems like what O'Brien was going through as well.
Yeah, and they're very brief moments. And I'm just speaking from personal experience. They're very brief moments. There may be a couple minutes, if that. But there's a lot happening like emotionally, and there's a lot happening physically.
Yeah.
Around like with my person and my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like you can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
And it getting control of it is very difficult. It's very difficult. It's taken me years and years of therapy. Well, not years of therapy, but years and years of personal reflection.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm currently in therapy for dealing with this part of myself.
Yeah.
But it has taken years to get to a place where I can recognize it before it becomes a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of trial and error in that. And it does feel like you don't have control. You do have control, but you just don't. I just don't have the resource. You don't have the resources to have control yet.
Yeah.
And maybe over time that will be a thing for O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
But he was literally like just out of the mind prison.
Yeah.
And it's like PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people who come back from war.
And
I don't know that
in the society.
Yeah, I don't know what that feels like, but I feel like I can relate a little bit.
Right.
but it does feel like he was just thrown back in. He has to function in normal society, back in the station, in his job, in his life, in his family, and he literally just came back from like a mind war.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not there.
Yeah.
It's too soon for him.
It is.
Yeah.
And the scene with Quark where I mean, you could tell by the background noise and what Quark was doing that it was busy. It was very busy. There was a lot of people at Quark's. So for him to expect his drink immediately was kind of unreasonable. And Quark said, "Yeah, it'll just a second, I'll get it." And he just kind of
The
the anxiety, like, I'm sure everybody being around, right, brings a little bit of anxiety. He didn't want to wait. He's annoyed. He's irritated. All of that plays into it.
Yeah.
It
And one thing this episode did really well is it paced it. See, I can relate to the pace of it, where you have this thing where it happens, and then everything is slower, and then it starts to speed up, and then it starts to speed up, and then you get breaking point.
Yeah.
And so that I can identify with that. So differently, but something I could pull out of this episode as well is where, he was calm, and then something happened. He was calm, and then something happened, and then he's calm, and then he started to lose it, and then he started to lose it. Then snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to that point where you hit that point, and you make bad decisions, or potential bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And especially with the scene with Keiko and Molly. I've been in that scene. I've lived that scene far too many times, and there is an immediate as soon as it's over, there's immediate regret.
Oh yeah.
And that's the part that scene was kind of tough. But that's the part that really resonated with me. Was you could see there's like you're kind of in the moment, and it's not even necessarily Molly or it's everything around. It's the whole situation.
Well, it's all the past that's just happened. It's all that buildup I was talking about, and then you
can see this wave of like what just happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that you get to that point too, where we're watching it as if Molly's being relentless, but in all reality, for you or I or
just
a person,
yeah,
that could have been a longer time frame, but you're absorbing it all a different way. Mm-hmm. You're putting the situation in a box, so it seemed like it's right, bam, 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 bam,
absolutely.
bam, 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 and then so you're reacting as if it's just the constant. Whether she's like, "Dad, no color," could be a few minutes later, "Hey, Dad, what about color?" and type of thing.
Yeah.
Where maybe it didn't come off as annoying as it was portrayed in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But to him, that's all he was hearing, because he's already dealing with being relieved of duty, with the event itself, with past experiences of being tortured by Cardassians, and all of that goes into one thing.
Yep.
And so it gets to that point, and I mean, yeah.
100%.
Well, and then it gets to the point where he contemplates suicide. Like, he's ready to pull that trigger. Right.
He's not. Baxter's not there. He does it.
He does it. Yeah, absolutely. And I think I've not been to that point, right, where I've ever, contemplated suicide, but to see him justify it as in, I'm a danger to the people around me. I'm unhealthy. I mean, I would assume that is a lot how that works, right? People are better off without me, and if I'm here, they're worse off.
Have you ever thought that about yourself?
I think we all have. At least
I've never had suicidal thoughts, but there's been points in my life where I've been like, it's better if I just get out of here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had suicidal thoughts, but I've definitely had a lot of thoughts where like the people around me are better
inadequacy.
off. Yeah. Well, people around me are better off if I'm not there, if I'm gone.
Yeah.
In whatever capacity that may be.
Right, like I bring the people down around me.
I don't think it ever got. It has never got to the point where it was like a permanent. If I'm gone, more of like out of their life type of thing.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen. This might be my favorite episode of the show so far, and it is because it's so personal.
Oh.
I watched it with all of my own personal baggage.
That's the same thing for Visitor for me, though, because
Yeah.
I got a lot of baggage with those kind of things.
Absolutely.
And that's why it speaks to me so much.
And
I think the performances in Duet were better.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man, because O'Brien in this episode.
I thought he was really this is his best episode.
And even
by far.
Bashir,
He
the
felt
conversation Bashir was talking with him at the end, how
Yeah.
sincere it was, and the way O'Brien was able to tear up, and Cisco trying to be a commander, but say, hey, I'm trying to help you here at this.
Yeah.
I actually think
it was
this is
just
pretty lights out here.
it was lights out, and just the way that O'Brien carried himself, there was just this. When you watched him, you could sense that he could snap at any moment the whole time, and you could see the dread that he was constantly filled with, and the hurt and the pain that he was carrying around. I mean, we didn't even talk about the fact that he saw the Echok guy who, was his prisoner, his prison mate for up until 2 weeks before that moment, right? That he killed. I mean, wow, like that's crazy. Like that, it was well done. But, and the thing that I really loved about this was that fact that in his moment of where he was contemplating suicide, it was the people around him who brought him back, right? It was Bashir who brings him back from the brink, who reminds him of his humanity, right? The fact that they tried to break you, and that's what's led you to this point, right? If they had broken you, you wouldn't be here. You'd be just fine doing your own thing. But real quick, I want to just throw out there, if you're someone who's ever had suicidal thoughts or you're thinking about it or anything, call 800-273-8255. That's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. I think that's really important that we drop that.
Very important, yes.
Or find someone to talk to. Let someone know. And here's a really important note to keep in mind. I don't know if we've talked about suicide once before on the show. I've gone through training on how to talk with someone who's dealing with those thoughts and what to do. The most important thing you can do if you think there's someone in your life who is thinking about those thoughts is to ask them. They will tell you. If someone is, I think it was 90% of the time, they will tell you. If you go up to them and you say, are you contemplating suicide? Yes, I am. They will tell you. And then you can help them get the help they need. So.
Very important.
Very special episode of...
a very special episode.
Yeah, but I mean, these are important things to talk about. I mean, mental health is such a big issue in our country, in our world, and this episode, mental health, holy cow. And I love the fact that there's no reset button to this episode, but I secretly hate it because...
Oh, I don't.
No, here's why I hate it. Because they're never going to touch upon this again.
Yeah.
The way you can think about it in your head, though, is that all this stuff's going on behind the scenes at this point.
Yes.
And that's the way you can look at it.
I'm secretly hoping Miles snaps once or twice in the next...
Oh, he probably will. He's Miles O'Brien.
Yeah. There's a show I really like. You may not have heard of it. It's called Battlestar Galactica.
Never heard of it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So the traumas that they deal with in previous episodes, they constantly come back up. The characters always carry them with them. There's never a reset button in that show, and that's what I really like about it because it makes the characters deeper. They have much more depth and I don't know. They become much more relatable because you've experienced what they've experienced, and you're following along the journey with them. Whereas now O'Brien experiences this thing, right? And it just goes away. So it feels like you've now had this experience and he didn't. And now he's just O'Brien again.
Well, I think one of the things that Star Trek fought at the time is that whole evolved human species thing where we have issues and we move past them.
Right. This whole idea that he would even try to commit suicide is probably
very
anti-Roddenberry.
I was kind of
Rick
shocked.
Berman didn't like that very much.
I was shocked when that scene...
Yeah. Because that's not something you do in Trek.
Listen... That scene where he snaps and he's just like breaking shit, like just knocking stuff over. I've done that far too many times than I care to admit.
You've broken my heart before, I know.
Never. But I have. I didn't know that it was going to where it went. Yeah. And it was very shocking for him to, as soon as he opened it up and I saw the phasers, I was like, oh shit.
It's going down. Yep.
and then he like cranked it up all the way.
And that they did that that whole
And I
scene.
didn't think he. I was kind of shocked that that scene played out the way that it did. That he actually brought the phaser
and held it there.
and held it like.
Yeah.
I mean, good on them for shooting it and keeping it in, but because it was very, very powerful.
You know what's the difference? If that was like a gun, they probably couldn't have done that because it's a phaser. Like people would be like, "What the heck
Well,
is
they
that?"
don't have guns in Star Trek.
I know, but I'm just saying for like television purposes, like it's easier because it is sci-fi to get away with that.
Well,
like,
you get a lot of what I mean. That's how Star Trek '66. I mean, really kind of made its way. Everything they talk about culture was done through alien species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this
There was no B story, was there?
not really.
I didn't think so.
There was no B story. No, the B story technically probably would have been his flashbacks to the time in the
Or
prison.
each of being in the background.
In the
Scene.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I guess the B story would probably be the flashbacks more than anything else to help build what happened.
Anything else from this episode you want to talk about?
I could talk about this one for a while. Actually.
Yeah, I could too.
I could too, but we're approaching an hour here, and yeah, we want to keep
The second episode was not that good. So let's see.
See, I like the second episode more than I did any of the other Mirror Universe episodes.
All right, we're not it for doing the
Shattered Mirror.
thing.
All right, we're moving on to Shattered Mirror.
Let's do it because I have something I want to say about this.
Shattered Mirror. Jennifer from Mirror Universe shows up. She brings Jake and Cisco back to her universe, but not willingly. She basically stole Jake, and Cisco follows to get him. Turns out they need the Cisco to fix their Mirror Universe Defiant because they're about to have a showdown with the Alliance because they have retaken Deep Space Nine, aka Tarek Noor. Jake falls in love with Jennifer, thinking that it's actually his mom. I mean, he knows it's not his mom, but like he calls her mom. Originally, she brought him here to use him as bait, but now she's realizing that she has feelings for him and she's developing a relationship with him. The episode ends with a big showdown with the Mirror Universe Defiant against the Alliance, where they crush the Alliance. Jennifer dies, saving the life of Jake, and they watch. Cisco watches his wife die for the second time.
Yep.
And Jake watches his mom die. The end.
Go ahead, Joe. You said your thoughts.
Yeah. So I can sum this up in 2 words. Who cares?
There's a lot of truth to that. I don't care what happens in the Mirror Universe.
I mean, I don't either. Other than the fact that Jake snuck off and he has to be rescued. Just get him and go home. Who gives a shit what happens in the Mirror Universe?
And the fact that he stays, back on the ship to captain it, like, you're an irresponsible father at this point. You don't care what happens with this universe.
You got get the kid and go. Anything else, you're risking yourself dying
for something that isn't real to you. I mean,
because guess what? Whatever happens in the Mirror Universe, once they get the hell out of there, is inconsequential.
It stays in the Mirror Universe.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. The whole episode, I was like, none of this matters. None of this matters. Who cares? What? This episode means nothing. Can we? Because
there are people who care about the Mirror Universe, though. That's why they keep doing it.
I don't
Discovery,
understand why.
The intent and Garrick.
Well, yeah, Garrick is badass.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in this one.
Yeah, he was a dog, like literally.
He's throwing. Yeah, he was. He was on a chain, and he was.
That's what I'm saying.
He's Worf's dog.
Get that collar on him.
You can put a collar on that one.
Yeah.
He was Worf's D, his dog.
Yeah. Get him a collar, tie him up. Let's. What are we doing here?
And then you have freaking Kira like stuck in prison trying to sleep with everyone. Like,
Jeez.
Come in here.
Joe would have went into jail.
Yeah. Oh, look! I just stole this. Lock me up.
I mean, gosh.
In that cell too, please.
Oh my gosh. So why did she keep Jake alive? Because she always had a soft spot for Cisco?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason she kept him alive?
She can't resist any Benjamin Cisco in any universe.
So yeah. Okay, so now she has a favor over
Well,
him.
she tried to kill him. Because she favored Jennifer stopped in front of it.
Yeah, that's true. She does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But she could have shot him there and then she left.
Yeah. Nice
She's
to
like,
taunt
oh, a
somebody,
pity, a shame.
It's nice to taunt somebody,
I
though.
don't know. I like the whole. So going
She
back
got
to
a
the
15-yard penalty for that, though.
going back to the beginning of the
Taunting.
episode, I like Quark and Odo's little conversation, and Odo's like, "Oh, you have no friends, Quark," and Quark's like, "Neither do you."
I
And
know.
it's like, "Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah. Touche.
Yeah.
Good
I guess
conversation.
we're friends because
Yeah.
we don't have friends." It's well done.
They're getting a little chummy. I like it.
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good scene. And also, if the Defiant is supposed to be so freaking advanced, how can they just build it off schematics they found?
You had the schematics.
I mean,
you had the template how to build it right there.
They let him.
Yeah, it's like a Lego set. If you
Yeah.
have
But
if you have the directions, technically you can build
What
any-
did they let Smiley into all their systems?
No, they stole it when he was there last time.
Okay,
They're not going to let him in.
I know.
You think everybody's so honest? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I dug the Dax scene with Cisco where
Oh,
she
yeah.
slaps him. You made love to me.
I did.
There's the dog Cisco right there, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody in the
You
mirror
didn't see the mind. Or whatever
everybody
he
in the mirror
said.
universe is a horn dog.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They
What kind of mirrors are these?
Yeah. You want to get transported over there. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to go.
Yeah.
and then
We
You know,
just checked the room together.
actually now, maybe I do like the mirror universe episode.
and how many times does Cisco get slapped in this? Is it just the twice? He
There's
gets
twice
by
Bashir.
Bashir and then Bashir and Dax.
Which Bashir returned to kind of really, really not good acting.
Yeah, he was not good in
Didn't
this.
Bashir he punched him, didn't he?
He
Not
punched him.
slapped him.
Yeah.
I'm watching El Sadig is in a show I'm watching right now on Apple TV, Foundation. He's one of the characters in Foundation, which is pretty cool. Isaac Asimov's. I can't remember.
I don't
What's the name.
No.
It's a sci-fi show.
Smiling.
Sounds about right.
sounds accurate.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That tracks.
Yeah, you nailed it.
I don't. There's
Yeah.
nothing I really want to talk about in this episode,
Nothing.
rather than like,
Well,
what
I mean,
kind of trauma again does Cisco have? He saw
I know,
the
it
wife
sucks.
die
I mean,
twice.
what kind of trauma would it be? So, you guys have some close to you die? Like, close? What if you walked up, you're at Kroger, and you see that person's twin you never knew about?
Yeah, that would be hard.
That would be crazy.
That would be great. I mean, you could think about how that would, impact you. Shoot, one of my best friend that died, his brother looks pretty much just like him and talks like him, and that can be tough at times.
Yeah.
The reminder.
Yeah.
The
So,
similarities.
but yeah, watching her die, that's probably pretty unpleasant too. She was my mom. She was my mom.
No, not me.
That's why I don't get like Cisco not just getting out of there and getting his kid home because
Yeah.
like you know they're about to go to war again and people are gonna die.
So they
But
took
they've
liberties. They definitely took liberties.
I mean, they've been to the mirror universe before. They know that it's not necessarily the safest place to be.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So get what you need and get the hell out of
They
there.
were definitely going for escapism with
I
this
know,
episode.
but I just
And, I mean that's the thing. It wasn't a bad Mirror Universe episode. It really wasn't. It was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah,
for
it
the
was
most
it was a
part.
fun watch for lack of a better term.
I liked the relationship between like you could see Jake like bonding to this woman. You could see him like a puppy-eyed
And
D
what they
dog,
did with, yeah.
Staring at her like
Don't
wanting
talk
her.
about Jake's D, please.
yeah, he's a child.
No, he is the D.
But I like how at the beginning Jake was struggling with just being there, and then
Without Nog.
the mom pops up, and it's like, and then he sees Nog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he tries to be friends with him, and Nog is just
You're
such
too
a
tall.
jerk.
He's tall too.
And Nog is like, he's got these women on his each
Here.
of his arms.
See her, or like just pass her right along. I'm like,
There you go.
"Damn,
Look how tall she is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she is
tall
tall.
women. Now that's what I like.
She's too old for you. What are you, his mom? And he's like, yeah, she's my mom. Like, it's interesting. I mean, Jennifer was okay this episode. Her acting wasn't as great as it was the last episode.
Was this the last time she's going to die in the series?
I think so. I think she's dead
She's
this time.
officially dead. Her acting has been very
So
uneven.
they've killed her twice, and they've tried to kill her another time in another episode.
In
So
Emissary, she was awful.
Oh, really
she was
bad.
dead.
Yeah, but how about all that hair though? The wig that she has to wear? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's a lot of hair.
That was a lot of hair.
A lot of hair. A lot of hair.
Like it took me out of the episode going, like, God damn, it's a lot of hair.
Is there anything in this episode you absolutely loved?
Absolutely loved? Probably not.
Any big questions you got out of it? Absolutely loved or
Yeah.
big questions?
Why?
I just
No, to me
Why?
it was just an enjoyable little watch.
I think it's a nice after the previous week's episode because that's what it would have been. It's a nice palate cleanser.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
watching O'Brien suffer for 20 years in a prison, it's a palate cleanser.
And that's probably what it was. A reset button. Because I know the next episode.
So this was
No,
Yeah,
we're
I
going
was-
into Luxana, Troy. I start.
No, the next episode I know what it is, and
I'm not
well.
looking forward to this one.
These were episodes 18 and 19.
Yeah.
So we're really coming up on the home stretch at the end of the season,
Yep.
where I'm going to assume they're going to get really story heavy, and things are going to happen towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I don't know, but
we'll see.
I think it was like the calm. I think this was a calm before the storm.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
Sort of thing. Like it's okay, we have a lot coming up. We just need something that's kind of light, a little breezy. Doesn't really take much effort to watch this episode. I think that's what it was. It didn't take much effort to watch this.
Yeah,
show,
it was
this
just
episode.
you just
I
watch
didn't-
it.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't really take any notes. There wasn't anything that was like, okay, I need to remember this to talk about it. It was just
No, and I had no real questions to ask other than, like, what kind of dad is Cisco for making his son go through all this? Like, he could have just gotten him out of there, and he didn't.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
It's
part
also
of
hard
it
to
is
watch
Cisco.
your kids attached to this woman that he thinks is his mom,
yeah.
and then try to pull her away from that. You remember how much rebellion and resistance you would get to that from the kid?
I can imagine.
That
Yeah.
angle would be tough to try to
Well,
maneuver out of that.
And then there's part of Ben who's, like, finding this woman, like
Oh.
it's not your wife, but it looks like your wife, and she has some of the qualities of your wife. I can make this work, right? Like,
Yeah.
why-
There was one thing that I really liked, and it actually is a exchange between Cisco and Jennifer, where she's like, talking about their connection, and he coldly says, "I don't think it was there in the first place." I was like, "Dang."
Yeah. But then later, when she's
He's-
dying, she holds his hand. See, there was a connection. He's like, "Yep."
Yeah, and then
You
she
did.
died. And, yeah, he said that to make her feel better.
He's throwing her a bone. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's throwing her a
Yeah.
bone.
Yeah.
He's throwing her. A...
No. Nope.
Anyways, all right. Anything else, gentlemen?
One thing, I guess to talk about your Worf hate, and I forgot to mention we were talking about Hard Time.
Oh yeah.
But Worf was really good in Hard Time, just trying to buddy up with O'Brien.
Oh, playing darts.
Yeah, playing darts and like, I don't know the rules. Yeah. It was just nice to see Worf care.
Yeah.
Because as a Klingon,
Especially
I'm
for
starting
O'Brien.
the trial episode. I thought was good. He's
Wasn't good.
starting to come along. I'm not really there yet. I really haven't connected with his character.
Yeah.
But I'm not as he doesn't seem quite as cold.
You don't hate him as much as you did in it.
I didn't hate him. I wasn't. Nothing was sticking. It was just nothing was really landing with me for him.
fun fact about this episode is they actually tried to get Worf in the first crossover episode
Yeah.
when he was still on TNG,
Mhm.
and timing didn't work out. But so they ended up getting him.
So they were going to have him as the attendant?
I think they're going to have him as Garrick's role
Okay.
initially.
Oh, okay. That makes
Oh,
sense.
good.
Less Garrick is good.
No, more Garrick. I don't care if he's chained up.
Well, let's do
But
some
I don't care.
ratings, gentlemen. We're not talking about Gary. Hard time. Let's rate hard time. Wait,
Gonna have a hard time rating
can you
this
quickly
episode.
do me a favor? Can you tell me what I rated The Visitor?
Yeah, 1 sec. I think it was 9.
I think it was 9.
9.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, who's
What-
going first?
Hold on. Mr. Rob, can you go back to season 1? What did I rate Duet?
10, I
You
think.
gave it a
I
10.
think it was 10, but I'll tell you 1 sec.
But you
Oh, no, actually just a 9.
Yeah. I don't think I'd give it out of 10.
All right, hard time. I'm giving this one.
I know where I'm at. I know
I
where
want to do it. I want to do it. I want to give this a 10.
I know where I'm at.
I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving this a 10. This is a perfect episode to me.
It's very good.
I'm also going to give it a 10.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Hop on that train! Choo-choo!
9.5.
Wait. Oh, but you gave Visitor 10.
Yeah, Visitor still speaks to me a little bit more, although this episode
That
speaks
totally
to me
makes sense.
different ways.
Yeah.
They both,
I think they're very different episodes.
they're very different episodes, but they have impact.
They're
Which is-
solid. That's the one thing Deep Space Nine can really nail. They can really nail these emotional arcs. They're so good at having really serious, deep conversations in a way that doesn't alienate the viewer, right? It sucks you in and it makes you want to be a part of it.
Yes.
It's really well done. Shattered Mirror.
You want me to go first?
This one I am having a hard time with it.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're having a hard time because it's after hard time.
No. I'm gonna
It might be part of it.
I'll give this a 6.
5. Here.
6.
See, I was thinking 5.5. So
Yeah.
5. This is a 5. It's not a bad episode. It's not a good episode. It's not a, you know. All right, gentlemen. Well, we've reviewed.
I'm opening my cards.
Well, you
Are
can open
you?
those
They're
cards,
nice.
but that's not. We're not in toy time now, so that's an off-camera thing.
It's always.
But
no,
gentlemen,
it's always on camera. We're not just gonna wrap the episode up.
that's
What are
what
you
we
doing?
do. We
no,
wrap up.
we're actually just gonna ramble for the next 2 hours, and you're gonna have to listen to it.
We're gonna wrap
Oh yeah,
up the
you
episode,
can turn
gentlemen.
it off.
Gentlemen, where can you find us?
Instagram, keeping_up_Cardassian.
Yes, you can.
Twitter @Cardassians Pod. Facebook.
Patreon.
Patreon. Keeping Up with the Cardassians on Patreon.
Yeah.
Please, if you
YouTube.
enjoy the show, please consider supporting it.
That'd be great.
It'd be fantastic.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah. YouTube.
Yep.
Lonely Fans.
Pornhub.
Yeah.
All right,
Have
y'all.
we uploaded our shows there yet?
Not yet.
This was
That's gonna be a Patreon.
I say we do it. I say we
That's,
do it.
that's the fourth
Hey,
tier. That's the fourth tier. The attendance
all
quarter.
right. This was Nick and Joe and Rob. Thanks all for joining us. Have a great rest of the
Patreon
day.
exclusive photos.
Yeah.
Bye.